I'm at Race Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address, and now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah,
You have your doors locked?
it's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, passed out hours ago. Okay, so yes, we are back and we're going to be talking about the Delphi case. And yes, KA Pisces, we're going to talk about Idaho as well. Again, Adam and CD and Jeremy did a great live today. Again, I can't stress that enough. If you haven't seen that at KA Pisces, then definitely go check that out on CD's channel if you missed that. And that's analysis with the crime, obviously. And I will post that link there. Yeah. And so I checked with my husband. And I said, husband, are you wanting to go to bed soon? And husband's like, nope, not tired at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, mind if I do a live with Adam again? Okay. And Alexis, she might join us. It just depends. She promises that she'll put her drill away. That was so cute. All of a sudden I look up and I see this pink drill. So and then again, so thanks Louis, and thanks everyone from the last live. Can't stress that enough. Thank you for making 3 children's Christmas. That's going to be a lot brighter this year. Thank you so much. Can't stress that enough to everyone that participated, and even if you didn't, and you were here. Okie dokie. But I'm very interested in the following case since Kylie. So just 2 seconds there. Let's just say hi to some people right here. So KA Pisces is in the house. CD's in the house. Can't stress enough. That guy just rocks. He rocks my socks. There we go. Yeah. The Chaotic Beauty's in the house. Hey, Chaotic, how are you? Dave's in the house, and Mel was in earlier as well. So hey, Mel from before. I miss Dog Lover. She's just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just sleep later. Right? She knows how it works, right? D. Ashley, thank you so much for joining, of course. Lewis, Adam, does that name ring a bell?
Nope. Never seen it.
Oh, moving on. Okay. Let's see here. Alexa's in the house. Hey, Louie. Tattoo you. Great to see you, bud. Crime Sleuthin'. Hey. I recall she was in CD's channel when she was like, I love your guys' channel. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Leap with that. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And chaotic, absolutely. We need to do that again. Can we leave that one person off that was on that one night?
Right. I'm gonna see Val mentioned we needed a fun stream for us again. Right. I know which one you're talking about. Okay, so let's see here. Let me just take a quick boo here. Let's see. Adam, do you have Reddit?
I do have a Reddit. I don't post really on Reddit, but I mean, I look at it occasionally. I'd mentioned earlier today, I have kind of a love-hate relationship with Reddit because
I know.
It's one of those things where you get you might get one tidbit of something that could be true, and then it's swallowed by nothing but conjecture and people's opinions.
Okay, yeah. I just sent you, but then CD had sent you
cool.
Contact or whatever. Okay, just me. Hello from Arizona. Hello.
While you finish saying hello, I am going to go blow my nose really quickly because I feel like I'm getting ready to start sneezing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and I'm a hot mess, and I don't really care. So, Sunny, thanks for coming back in the middle of the night with Adam to keep me company. while I was clean. And thank you, Crime Sleuth. And there you go. Yeah, nice to see you guys. And uh, chaotic Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. This is a run for me. Yeah. um, just lights make me happy. Lewis's background makes me happy. In fact, when Lewis wasn't even showing, that was making me happy. Uh, just I need to change the scenery in the background here, don't I? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, we touched on a little bit the gag order, but the last live was obviously a special one dedicated to the girls and stuff like that. Or he's blowing his nose. He's allergic to me, CD. But yeah, so I mean, there's not too much, I guess we can say. Anyone wants to talk about it quickly, but the gag order, it is what it is. Basically, everyone but the media and us can really talk about it. And other than that, anything from the lawyers to the Ellie to the family members, and I think the expanding of the family members and that are not allowed to talk about it up until January 13th, I believe it is. I believe it's January 13th is that date. And so, I mean, it is. Well, what do you guys think of that actually? Like, do you guys agree with the gag order? Do you guys think that should have been put in place? Hey, Yoni. Yoni. Good morning. This is a nice. Yes. Yeah, I don't typically do. Usually Sleuth is the insomniac and does these ones. Not to say I can't because I'm usually awake, but my husband's usually sleeping. Um, Regarding the link that you shared, it shows the recent video on the Idaho victims was 9 days ago. Is that what you're referring to? Because a lot has happened. Oh, what
Which
link?
video?
What link? What link? Did I share a link?
Yeah, no, I don't remember. Any Idaho link that I've shared would have been more recent than that.
Well, I mean, I'll put a link in here that CD had just shared with me. It's 1 second.
I bet he accidentally posted one of his old videos.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but I'll put the link in here for this News Nation one here. Working on finishing details on my house this weekend. I know. You know what? And trust me, invite me to your party. Okay, whenever you do a live, and like make sure it's a Christmas live thing.
And Chaotic, tell everyone what color your Christmas tree is. I mean, unless you got a new one. Because what color, Sunny? What color do you think her tree would be?
Well, I'm going to say pink. No.
Oh, what's her favorite holiday?
Oh, okay. I don't know why, but her nails went through my head for some reason. It's Halloween, obviously.
Right.
So I'm going to say orange and black. Is it orange?
I think it's black. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chaotic, but don't you have a black Christmas tree?
I could see black and silver being really cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder, did you do? Tell me what you did.
Well, Chaotic is an amazing decorator, so I mean, anything that she puts together is going to be cool. But for some reason, I was thinking she said she had a black Christmas tree.
Yeah. How silly was I to say pink? That's Alexa, first of all. Right. That's why, it's like The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that movie too. I always love The Nightmare Before Christmas. So that's what I think about when I think of Chaotic, actually. So what was I thinking, to be honest with you? And as for Athena, absolutely. We'll touch on that case again, Crime Sleuthin'. CD, hey, Chaotic D. Oh, you just blah, blah, blah. I am in bed, almost sleeping. Long day. Yeah. I know he's going to CD, he just comes in here sometimes and it's just like, I'm just going to fall asleep too. Is it Adam's voice or my voice, CD? Because people tell me that I have a voice like that. Yes, the 13th. What is it about the 13th, actually, guys? For the 13th, just go away. The Idaho murders are November 13th. January 13th. The girls, the Evans. It's just. I mean, even when it comes to Karina McClurkin, I mean Nicole Bowen. I know it was the 31st. Flip that around. But I just mean the 13th is a consistent number. Your birthday's on the 13th, for Pete's sake, Adam.
Yeah,
Um,
my favorite
I,
number too. I mean,
I,
and even actually, some people have gone down the rabbit hole with the Idaho case
mhm,
of much like we did with we have with Delphi and other cases. A lot of
yeah,
people have started to look at other multiple stabbings in the northwest, and there are two or three that are unsolved that all took place on the 13th. Like there was one on August 13th of 2021, I believe in California or Portland, Oregon. I can't remember right now, but it's the 13th. It's all over everywhere.
yep. And um,
You better watch out
McDou-
for me.
I was the 13th, right? I know it's not my favorite number. My number was always seven. My favorite number was always seven, and then of course, I did repeat myself there, but my funny enough, oddly enough, not funny enough. Sorry, I'll take that back. Miss Dog Lover was when my golden retriever died, which is in 5 days from now, December 7th of 2012. Miss that dog more than I miss humans. I swear on that one. But anyways, and oh, it's 11:11 a minute ago. Darn it, I missed it.
Aw.
Josh McDougall. Um, Mc, so McDougall's in the house. McDougall is my favorite berry bush from RuneScape and the McDougall tree. And anyways, Josh, if you don't know this, 11:11 is one of those ones where you talk to when somebody around you that you loves is around you, but it's also what you say, make a wish for. I mean, so your wish came true. We did a live, and here I am, and here you are. What else can I say? Fate, call it destiny. I don't know. And this one, just McDougall, just when you had that romantic moment with us. Analysis, that dog still farting. Well, to be honest with you, do you know, I think I could give a dog a run for its money. Just so you know, I'm pretty good at those. I'm pretty good. It's like a talent. It's a special talent. And this is the late night show, so we
Yeah,
can, we can,
right.
we can go there. Um,
Lisa, it's good to see you. And
and
why
then,
do I look slimmer? I've been on a very strict diet lately, so
yeah, we haven't been feeding you, have we,
just
Adam?
been slimming down a little bit.
Yeah. There's been something off about the case from the start. So I think the gag
I'm
order.
lying. I got lipo.
Yeah. You're sucking in your cheeks again. Let's see here. Yoni, they found her. Yes, they found her dead, abducted. Apparently, he had done this before, something like that, but not, I don't think, to the extent of murder. December 17th party, Sunny. Which tree, Adam? There are many. I know because I remember when we were doing that walkthrough from the Halloween when Mel came
Yeah.
on, and I was like, I was counting your trees. I was like, well, there's one there. I'm just loving it.
I
You
think
know,
I think it was the black the taller black one that I remembered, but
two blacks, two
it
white, and
does
others.
not surprise me that you have multiple.
Okay. So are you saying on the 17th is when you're hosting a party? Because if so, I'm so there. Okay.
Are you?
So there. Um, absolutely. If I'm invited, that is. I better be invited. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't understand the purpose of so the purpose of the gag order. Like I actually don't really didn't even care to think about why, like what was the purpose of the gag order so that people just didn't talk about the case anymore, or like just like what was the purpose? They just didn't
Uh,
want more with the jury pool and stuff like that. They just want to try to limit it, as if Fort Wayne doesn't know anything about it already.
what was the wording they used in it?
Um,
I was on CD's live when that information came out this morning.
yeah, no problem. I mean, I do have it here. Uh, let's see here. It says on the court's motion in response to the defendant's undated press release, the court issues an order granting state motion, blah, 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 blah. While pending the hearing, counsel for the state of Indiana and defendant, as well as the professional staff and all members, are prohibited from commenting on this case to the public and in the media by themselves. Counsel are reminded that they are required to conform. Well, that's just really saying you can't talk. What is this? The second one say anything? And no, the other one just basically threatens you that if you are, then you're going to be subject to contempt. So it really didn't. It just is basically to shut up, and you're not allowed to talk up until the court date. So I
And
don't
how
know
far
if there was.
like
Pardon?
who does it who is it all encompassing to? Like how far
Here,
reaching?
well, here.
I mean, I know I read it, but
Yeah,
explain
no
it to
problem. Here, I'll just I'll bring it in. Do I have it? Let me just hide it. Let's get out of there. So that's the guy right there that and sadly murdered, killed Athena. This is the POS right here. Um, and is sorry, what was his first name? Tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner. What is it?
I have to
Tanner.
look.
I don't know why I'm having a stupid moment. Tanner. How do you know? I can't think of it all of a sudden. Um, and Sunny, which? Oh wait, we already went there. Sunny, you made. Oh, Nuneaton. Yeah, that's where my husband's from. Nuneaton. So we're in the same time zone. I said to my husband, "Why don't we move over to Newfoundland?" And he's like, "Why the heck would I want to move over there?" And I said, "Well, because then you're just a pawn's way from England. It's just like us,
Right.
a couple stones over, and there you go." Um, where? There's Lisa. I was looking for wait, Char. I should know how to say this word, and I don't. Char. Okay, Char.
Charcuterie.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Charcuterie.
yeah, sure. I feel like it has a French twist to it. Sure, sure.
Right.
I'm not even gonna
Charcuterie.
try.
Or charcuterie, depending on which side. Some people, say that it's charcuterie.
Yeah. No idea. Two words. Most words are too big for me. I try to avoid them, especially ones like that. Weird today. Like 5 people told me on this day of yesterday was some kind of Memorial Day for them. Oh, and also I see 1 1 11 11 2 2 3 3. I see that a lot, but one of the other ones I see a lot, Pisces, is 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 and 11 11 are my main ones I see. 1 2 3 4 I've seen for years. 11 11 I didn't come to know even about 11 11 for up until my 30s or something like that. Then someone told me about 11 11, and so it's always been my thing with me and my husband and other people that when it's 11 11,
Yeah.
it means
Make a wish.
yeah, make a wish. And for me, it says Bible says that my loved ones, I remember, went going to England, and I won't get into that, but anyway, bottom line is I seen 11 11 on the flight and on the way back home. My husband said it, and I don't know. I just so whenever I catch it now, I'm like, sometimes I catch 11 10, and I'm like, don't love you, husband. Let me just wait to hit enter. Husband, make wish, 11 11. Mm. Actually, I taught Alex that, to be honest with you. He had no clue what 11 11 was. And then he started doing it back to me. Yes, Sonny, I'm hosting my annual Christmas party on the side. Well, it's really not a party unless Sonny's there, to be honest with you. I'm just going to point that out. As Sunny is, she can be the life of a party. She can. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if you're those. Yeah.
And if you want to take all the fun out of it, there's probably a very logical reason why our brains, connect to certain numbers, and then we take notice of them more than others because we've placed the importance of them in our minds.
Yeah.
But how many times do you look at a clock and you realize after the fact you didn't even glance at the time?
Yeah. Right. Let's see here. CD all good. Our CD's probably rockabye CD on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. You're welcome, CD. Those were notes.
The chat, Tanner Lee Horner.
Oh, that's it. Horner. Little boy Horner sat in the corner. No, he didn't. Instead, he was murdering some poor little beautiful girl, beautiful child that looked like she was a Christmas bow, just a big Christmas present. So sickened just to even so sad. Prayers to the family and friends on that poor child. Just heartbreaking beyond belief. Same, and again, same with the Idaho murders. Another case that I watch it. I'm not in depth into it, although I would like to be, absolutely, because it's actually probably one of the other cases that I do keep going. I keep wanting to watch little tidbits every time I see a little update for it. I seen it at the start. I seen it right away, right when it first happened. And I kept glancing at it, but then Delphi was going through its stuff. And so it's kind of like I just was looking at it from afar and seeing these four beautiful faces posted each day. And really, like CD says, it's taken the US by storm, that case. And it's no different than Kylie Rodney and Gabby Petito in certain cases, right? They just, there's just so much. There's so many cases going on, but then there's those ones sometimes that, the media, it hits the media and then it just explodes. But four murders, you know, at what probably is the act of one person. And again, I want to talk about that
Yeah.
in a few moments.
Yeah, so we'll go through, let's go through some of the gag order stuff. If you want to go, if we want to talk about Athena, then, and then
Yeah.
we can get into whatever about Idaho. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a long day, but I would say I'd say there's not much about Idaho I don't know. So anyone that has any questions, once we get to that topic, I'd be happy to answer it if I can. And we're gonna have a lot more to come on that because I've got a couple of contacts that I've been talking to that I'm hoping I can get some information and possibly get some interviews lined up for.
Yeah. Bonnie, if you watch the channel, which I thought you did sometimes, if you watch the channel, you would know that Deb is in the dungeon when we let her out of her handcuffs. Yeah, and sometimes, but you should know that at nighttime she goes right into that dungeon, and yeah. So if you watch the channel, you'd know that.
She was making way more off her OnlyFans page, and so she decided to devote most of her time to that.
Correct. And we wish her all the success in the world on that too. And McDougal, 42, happens to be my age plus 10 plus 1 year. So it's close. It's pretty close to my age anyway. Just off by about 11 years, but
Right.
42 was never a favorite number of mine.
Right.
In fact, I don't even like even numbers that much. Oddly enough, all the numbers that I like are odd.
Odd. Same.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like 3, 7, 11.
Yep.
Yeah.
In another case, like there's not enough on everyone's plates right now, but another case that is here in my own city that I'm gonna try my best to try to connect with some people with is the Shinkwala Robinson case, which happened, which I became aware of while I was on my trip to Portugal, and then just to have it in my hometown, I know a couple people that are connected, so I haven't given the case the attention it deserves, so I want to spend some time next week on that.
Yeah. It's another one, Adam, that I caught myself on looking at a few times there, because that was the one, where she was in Mexico, right? And and so that one caught my eye as well.
She passed away. Her friends flew home, told her family she died of alcohol poisoning, and called it a day until the autopsy, results came out and found out she basically had a broken spine and neck. There was a video of her in a physical altercation with, it was a one-sided physical altercation with another female, and there's a lot of weird things with that, mainly because of the whole Mexico United States thing. There's a lot of red tape that poor family is going to have to go through to get justice for their daughter.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that again a little bit in the next few days, but.
Oh, Alexa, don't forget. I'm not asking for much. All I want for you is Christmas, or I don't know, car, mansion. Actually, chaotic. Get out of your house so you can come live here in Canada for a bit. We'll play swap houses for a bit. No problem. You can come decorate. Just like this is small. You could have this done in a day. Bonnie, Deb stepped down from the channel over a month ago, I think now, about on there. She still comes in here. I
talked to her 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Or 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, so Adam, you ungagged her?
I had to pay. I had to pay to talk to her, but
Well, I guess that's part of the extra little fees. You know, those fees that they don't tell you about. You know, for that OnlyFans. Yeah.
I feel like she's just somewhere right there going, you know.
The Shaquilla case boils my blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Shanquella? Shanquella? Is that how you say it?
Shanquella, I think. Yeah. And I know Chaotic has posted something about it on her community page.
Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. You were missed. Did she go somewhere? Lisa, did you go somewhere?
She was waiting for me to get back. Right, Lisa?
I know. She loves you more. I know. Yeah. She'll find her love for me again. It's somewhere buried deep. She'll come out with it. Lisa, yes, we usually get real trees. My mom insisted on always having a real tree. My mom never had a fake tree, ever. Wow. And she always got it flocked, you know, with that white stuff on it.
I love that. So expensive though. I mean, a real Christmas tree alone, like, right, it costs as much as an artificial one, but then to flock it, that's gorgeous.
I remember when I was younger and, 16, it was like $12, like $12 to go grab a tree outside standing out, $12. You got the better than Charlie Brown Christmas tree, have you? But I remember my mom each year would be like, this thing cost me $150 to get this year, and then one year she didn't even flock it. I'm like, Mother, really? My mom's passed now, but my mom loved Christmas. That's one thing that she really, I can't say this enough. One day I'm going to have to pull out some pictures and show you guys. It was just, my mom always, it was like this big tree over in the corner and the presents just wrapped around that literally came out like 2 feet, at least 3 feet from the actual Christmas tree, because all the grandchildren were there, all our gifts we brought, etc., etc. Miss Dog Lover, who's my favorite subscriber, she tells me she is, and I believe it. Right. But hold on. Oh, shoot. Darn it. The thing's probably going to come up before I... 1 sec. Let me see if I can get it.
I've realized something.
Hold on. Oh, no, it's the wrong thing. I pulled up the wrong thing.
Although, I've realized something, Sunny. I believe the more...
£4.49, thank you. You guys are really interrupting my sleep schedule. Woman face funny.
Look at these eyes. Do they care? No.
The more sleep deprived that we make Miss Dog Lover, the more generous she is. So, Miss Dog Lover, we'll see you in a couple hours. Get your checkbook out. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're too generous.
Deb makes him pay for messaging. On there. Let's see here. I haven't seen her. No, she's been in the house. Like she hasn't come on the lives. Maybe I told her we'll have a reunion or something like that.
She was here earlier tonight.
But yeah, she's usually in the lives when she's not, cheating on us over in the CDs and different ones over there too. Yeah. And let's see here. And True Crime Web, he did one. Was this
last at 8 o'clock?
Yes.
Friday night. No,
I'm losing track of my days.
Wednesday.
That's right. Aspen, I do love you, but Sonny, you're just okay. You're pretty okay. Yeah. McDougal, do you want to stand up for me right there? Miss Dog Lover, come on. Or you, who's got my back? How about Adam's just okay?
I'm just sitting here waiting to hear about this gag order.
We already talked about it while you were blowing your nose there, dude.
Right. Okay.
I think you missed that part, to be honest with you.
Did you want my take on
it? No. Okay. No. Moving right along. Okay. No, just kidding. Okay, go ahead. What's your take on the gag order?
Well, one, I was confused.
That was a nice story. Moving on.
I was confused. Okay.
Go ahead. I love you. Go ahead.
I was confused. One, when I got the issue that the judge ordered yesterday, because I was like, okay, is there a gag order? Is there a hearing for a gag order? Is it with the change of venue? And everyone kind of came to the same assumption that when they read it, including like Channel 8, I think we're 59, all pretty much said, oh no, here's there's going to be a gag order and change of venue hearing on the 13th of January. So, fast forward 24 hours, and I was like, oh, gag order issued. So I was a little confused by that, but I'm not surprised, because one, it gives the it gives the prosecution and law enforcement time to prepare. It gives the families the ability to now spend the next month and a half, in the holidays, not being hounded by the media. But I was also told that, law enforcement is, especially now that the criticism that is starting to come their way, that there was a very, very direct plea from law enforcement to the prosecution office to push for this gag order.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It was just to me, it was just like, here comes out the thing, and then boom, there it comes out today. Like, there it is, right next.
And this is 100% my speculation, but I don't think if she can avoid it, I don't think that Judge Frangol is going to issue a change of venue. As of right now, I would say very confidently she has stated publicly she has every intention of keeping this trial in Carroll County and wants to. And if that's still the case, I think that this might be the bone she's throwing to the prosecution. And then when she denies the change of venue motion, they will have at least had this month and a half of the gag order. But, we'll see if anything comes out during the gag order.
I know, like, we're gonna have like Fox 59, News Nation, all begging us loose for information. That's how I see it going. They're going to be like, we don't know nothing anymore.
I got a couple of messages today, and I was like, should you be telling me this?
Oh yeah. Right. Gotcha.
That's why I was like, how far reaching is this?
Yeah. And Alexa, I'm probably going to agree with that. I think the gag order was to quiet the defense, in a sense. Yeah. And so kind of like what they said, like, they put out that statement, and next thing you know, boom, I mean, it's true. The prosecutors never had all these years, and now boom, gang, the defense, Right. I mean, anything to stifle it. But hey, you know what? As long as Abby and Libby get their justice, I don't really care how this rocks or rolls, whatever. I just want justice for Abby and Libby. None of this, feel sorry for Richard Allen type of thing. If the guy did it, he did it. If he's innocent, he's innocent. Highly probably, probably. I mean, they have, obviously, I would like to think, some more solid evidence that we don't know of that will come out, that will shine a lot more light on everything again. I have faith in that, to be honest. I realize that the affidavit is weak, but I think that's like anything, that's exactly what they have to do, is to create the most minimal. They don't have to show up their cards all. And then, I believe that they have a strong case behind it to back it up.
Right. I was told a few more pieces of information that we'll see if they come to fruition. So, but they gave me a lot more faith in certain things. But I am grateful for the fact that the families of the victims have. I mean, they I'm sure are being hounded for interviews and being asked so many things. So I mean, this just being able to being able to say, I can't talk about it. I mean, I hope it gives them a little bit of a calmer Christmas and holiday season than they would have otherwise. And honestly, when the event that I was going to for Kelsey in December got rescheduled, it pretty much, even though it said, although the gag order has not been issued, we feel it's in the best intentions of, and Kelsey agrees that we, postpone that. I fully expected that. I was like, yeah, they're going to do a gag order.
Mm-hmm. But how do you feel about the case, you guys? if I know DNA is very crucial to a lot of cases and has brought a lot of old cases back to justice that they didn't have the technology back then. But how crucial do you guys feel it is that they have DNA? Do you think that they could still have a nice solid case without actual DNA? Um, it's
There's a lot
I
of
mean, it was,
variables there.
I mean, it's one thing not to have the bodies, but they have the bodies, unlike Suzanne Morphew's there, where they didn't have the body. So it's not like you could prove if she was really truly dead or alive. It's just by estimation more so. But do you think, Adam?
Well, like I said, I think that that's a pretty multi-layered question because I think that there's so many variables that could come into play. Because I think that I mean I believe that I believe they did not have usable DNA from the killer at the time that they executed their search warrant on Richard Allen's home. Um, but that doesn't mean, if you look at the things they took, the jacket or jackets, boots, clothing, the vehicle, so they may have, so when I was told this is not a DNA or fingerprint case, at that point, it may not have been, but none of the things that were taken from that house had been forensically tested yet. So think of the things they might have recovered from the vehicle,
Yeah.
the jacket, and also think about he was muddy and bloody. He was wearing boots. I mean, they might not have to have DNA if they can match conclusively his boot print at the crime scene, and they still had the boots.
Now let's not forget that now that they have Richard Allen, now they have someone to compare that voice analysis to, and put
And
that voice.
everything too.
Yeah, right. Because the voice analysis, like what they had at the time, they couldn't make hide nor hair. So, maybe now that they have him in custody and obviously would, you know, um, have his voice. So maybe that right there too is like, that's your voice on that phone, on Libby's phone, and you are, and yeah, Lewis, exactly. They just need a solid conviction for kidnapping. Um, and so
Crime sleuthing. That's I would hold on to that. I would hold on to that because I think
I think that's yeah. If
we'll
there's
see.
one thing, yeah, I mean, for me, when I remember looking at the part where the girls, where um, that one gentleman now, the crime scene guy that was looking over into the water, I could distinctly see footprints. Now, whether those were footprints of people that had gone up there, but I could distinctly see footprints in that thing. So, well, it doesn't. I don't know whose they were, but you could distinctly see imprints of feet of boots, shoes, whatever. Um, so it's only because he was looking down, right, and that would have been the 14th. And so, like I said, I don't think a searcher was climbing up there, but could have been. I mean, I maybe, but all I know is I definitely seen footprints. It was funny
Yeah.
because a lot of people didn't seem to see them, but that it was right there. It was hard to bring it into, without it getting distorted because of the coloring of the grain and the sand or whatever you want to call it. The, um, but yeah, but there was definitely footprints that was going up that one piece wherever they belong to, or who they belong to. I'm not sure. Carol, it's a crime and shame. Just stopping in for a minute. Need to get away from the screen. Just read that FBI still have Abby and Libby on the FBI website today. Yeah. Well, that's
And
because they're still looking, I guess, because of keeping the lines open. Still.
right.
So.
Can anyone name one other case where they've ever seen that happen in?
Mm-hmm.
After an arrest was made of someone they've conclusively said was the killer.
Right. And then still keep it. Like, for instance, for me personally, I didn't buy Mike Patty's statement myself. When Mike Patty at the press conference said, well, that's because we still want as much information as we can. It's not that I didn't, okay, it's not that I didn't buy it, but I think there was for more reasons than that, of course. They're keeping it open because there's other involvement,
Yeah.
But he had said basically, well, that's because we want as much information to come in. Well, so wait, so you don't have a solid case then?
Right.
Because if you had a solid case, I don't know. You know what I mean? You would have shut it down, and then still, people wanted to, it didn't make sense to me, that comment.
Other connections, may not be referring to actively participating in the murder itself, but they could be, still seeking information on, how Richard Allen knew the girls were going to be there when they were there. I mean, that would, he walked by 3 other juvenile girls in a 22-minute span before the Libby Abbey showed up, and I don't think that's coincidental. But I think that'll all come out to play. And at Josh McDougall, you said, I hope they have more evidence than just a bullet. I think it's safe to say you don't have to put all of your evidence in an affidavit. You just need to put enough in to get the probable cause affidavit signed by a judge.
Yeah.
And in fact,
I believe they absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times it's common to leave some very crucial aspects of it out of the affidavit.
Yeah. So. Crime Sleuthen says, wasn't this case where they dug up tiny spots in his yard and got something or different? No, that was this case. I'm thinking that might have been a key to the bank box somewhere where there's souvenirs. Never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
And I personally have spoken to people that have seen the backyard the day after the search warrant, or a week and a half after the search warrant. They did not witness visibly dug holes that were fresh, but that doesn't mean they weren't there. It just means that they didn't see them. So who knows? But we'll find out.
Those 2 mortgages that they took out, those were after the fact, were they not? Or were they before?
The house was bought. The house, the reason that that the stepdad's name is on the deed is because my understanding was that he purchased the house with cash. But you can still then take another mortgage out on your house later. Like if you need money for something, you can take a mortgage out on something. You just have to turn the deed back over to the bank.
Marcos, that would to me be wrong, actually. The only people that knew Libby would be there were her family. I don't believe so. We clearly have that Kagan Klein's phone, message Libby German's phone that morning. And remember, you can tell Becky and that they have literally said, even when Becky did the one interview, she's just like blown away because from everything that they saw that day, there was nothing there that said that this was a planned, that they were planned. Now, if you talk to Max Snowberger, which is Libby's friend, like Julie did, then then this was, she was supposed to meet someone 19 years old from off the Snapchat. Julie's been saying that for a long time. It makes sense exactly to what it was. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah. Doesn't the family, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Doesn't mean the family may not have believed 100% that it was last minute and that they were the only ones aware of it. But and it might have not been a concrete plan until last minute, but we do know that it's been told to us that the suggestion was there. So at some point, even like in the wee hours of the morning when they were talking on Snapchat with friends. And Marcos, no. Sorry, I'm gonna say no to that one, 100%.
You know what? I'm gonna add 1,000,000,000% to that, and I'm gonna raise you probably about another trillion. No. Don't add more layers of twisting to this, Marco.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Because then it would be deemed as didn't they say it would be deemed as like uh, like quadruple or homicide or something like that, or triple homicide.
I can't remember what the law in Indiana was in 2017 regarding
Oh,
that.
right.
It would at least warrant us a third charge. I don't know if it would be for full murder, but it's
Right.
still a third charge.
I just remember what Becky had said to that question. That's what.
Yeah.
Libby asked that the kid Max go with him to the bridge the night before. They planned to go to the bridge. Yeah, he went and did something at some farm thing or whatever heck it was again. And yeah, so he had said that he didn't want Libby to go. But you know what? You guys can go to Julie Melvin's channel and check out any interviews that she has. She does have quite a vast knowledge. Whether you agree with her or disagree with her, she does have a lot of knowledge. Doesn't mean everything is correct, but she has an interview with Max Snowberger there, and yeah, and it's it's coming from Max's mouth, so that's Libby's best friend.
And something I can say that that I was told by Max that has not left my head was that that he'll never not regret taking Libby up on the offer to go with them to the bridge that day, because survivor guilt. Of course he thinks that had he been there, maybe it wouldn't have happened. And but he said, in my mind at that time, I thought, well, you know what, a farm sale like this only comes around once in a while, but your friends will always be there. And he's like, and I learned that day that I was wrong, and I can't take that back, and there's nothing I can do to change it. So yeah.
Yeah. Personally, Marcos, I'd probably like to get off that topic because it's just something that for us is like far-fetched. It's just I get it. I get the fact of why certain things seem odd and strange. And it's not like we're delusional here, but again, if any family member had something to do with it, it certainly would not have taken. Let me put it this way: if Libby was pregnant, you don't think that his DNA would have shown that that was in Libby, or it's like you'd have to start making up a whole plethora of stuff just to fit that narrative. And it's just it's just.
And let's break it down to its simplest factor. If that were to be true, and you're right, it would have already come out, but it'll come out if that were to be true. But if you're wrong, is it really worth putting that out there and hurting the family in that way? For what purpose? I mean, not to mention the fact that that's her cousin, and that's someone that is completely innocent, someone that's also grieving the loss of someone they loved, but then to have the implication that they did something, one, illegal, and two, disgusting, then what benefit did it serve you or me or anyone else by even considering that option? If it's true, it'll come out, but you know what?
Right. Now, Miss Dogliver, like I said, I have no problem when somebody is keeping it classy and they're just asking questions, even if it irritates other people. Again, he's not. Marcus isn't being disrespectful.
No,
he's just simply asking. I get it. See, like, meaning I get it as the family that we feel like they have absolutely no involvement in it, and that's just because of not because we are blinded and stuff like that, but this is kind of like common sense thinking. But when somebody's putting wording in a way that's they're just asking a question, I have no problem with that whatsoever, even if it might maybe insult or feel insulting to some other people. To me, I have no problem with that. Unless it's directed in a very snarky way and stuff like that, a whole different story. So I get it. I mean, I get both sides there, but he's fine. But mind you, by the same token, though, I always say You can always use that block button on somebody if you don't want to see anything that
Yeah.
they're saying on there. So exactly what links. That's what I did when I see people in a chat that I'm just like, oh, I'm just like block. Just so I don't have to look at their stupid, name going across or whatever. Which I can fast forward to the trial to see how this ends. Oh, you in what magic lamp? I wish too.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, Marcus, I think you have every right to ask every question you want. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's been talked about multiple times. It's just that when you look at the whole, it becomes more what makes sense of all this, and certain things don't make sense. When you break them down. I mean, nothing about this case truly makes sense. But I mean, there's the kind of like about Ron Logan. If Ron Logan was the BG and was whatever, I'm sure that this would have been solved if they really felt like that Ron Logan, they wasted a lot of time on him, unfortunately. I think that they have it partially right so far. I think
Miss
that this
Dog
morning,
Lover. Sorry, Sonny.
no, absolutely fine. So all I'm going to suggest, I get it. It's just that, you know what, trust me, as a channel creator, we go under the attack so many times on different things. It's like you're darned if you do, darned if you don't type of idea. I'm so over that. All I ever ask of anyone that comes into the chat is just keep it respectful. You can ask what you want. We always just say, don't attack the family. If you're asking a question and like Marcus was doing, that was fair enough. He was just asking a question. He wasn't sitting there blaming and doing that. So for me, like I said, as a channel creator, we take a lot of stuff. And trust me, if anyone offensive, I'll boot them. But I get it that certain things will strike our nerves. It's no different than me. If I see something, and someone's being rather irritating and whatever, it will strike my nerve, of course, but I'll just sit there and block.
And I get it. We all care so much about these girls and these families that it's easy to touch it. I get it. It's because we all have the same intention that we want justice for Libby and Abby. So
yeah.
I appreciate the respect that Marcus asked the question in, even though I disagree.
Right. It was the respect.
But I also am a dog lover.
Yeah.
I get it because it's hard for me sometimes too to not let it hit a nerve.
Yeah, especially when you're a deep empath and stuff like that, So I get it from both sides, for sure. And no, I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, it's very polite and kind of you to say that. So we're just going to leave it at that because Miss Dog Lover is a great person. Marcus, like I said, you've kept it classy in here as well. And that's what we appreciate. We can have nice debates. We can have debates, as long as someone doesn't keep pushing their thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we talk about it. We can talk about it, then move on to something different because there's so many different aspects to this case. Like there's just so much. I mean, I can't help it but keep going through my head. Like, I want to know. Everyone wants to know. We want to know if KK is in KK Klein. Where does he fit into the scenario? Who else? Is there a man in black that was on the bridge? Why is it that it was about 22 minutes to, and it was almost like the most sloppiest thing had happened, and someone that's basically going, hey, over here, hello, hi, and everyone's just. That's how I felt when I was seeing Cadiz. Like, you're just going, hello, hello. And everyone's going, yeah, who are you? Yeah, whatever. And you're just sitting there going, oh, okay. You just, that's how I feel about with him. It's like he was sitting there going,
And law enforcement, the FBI at that point was going, Ron Logan, Ron Logan, Ron Logan.
Okay, yeah. What? Yeah. And yeah,
which I don't know. We talked about earlier, but Sonny, our favorite, and CD and I talked about it as well. Our favorite ex FBI agent, has been commenting on the Idaho case now, and it took everything in my power not to comment and be like, "Are you trying to say Ron Logan went to Idaho and did this?" And then Jason Jensen was on News Nation, and I was like,
he might have, yeah.
Oh, I was like, News Nation, you could do better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a paralegal. I'm not a paralegal, a PI.
Yeah.
No, paralegal.
I was gonna say, Lisa said I heard Sunny tried to get sexy with Tove Lesson Tove for information, but I might have made that up. No, the truth. You speak the truth there. I tried. I was denied. And remember KK? Remember all yeah? No? Oh though? Yeah. Yeah. The heck happened there? Remember KK? And then yeah, remember those things that I didn't do, but hey, I'll claim them. If it somehow, makes me a better person. Ugh, actually, I don't like. I can't agree to the Tobe one. I don't know which one's more disgusting, KK or Tobe to me. Ugh. I'm a friend of TK, not connected. Kagan, I think so. Well, I'm just admiring your Peruvian 69 name.
Yeah.
So, let's just. So I like 69 because it was the year I was born. It's a great position. It's a great number, and it's a great song. I can appreciate
And
that.
if that's the year you were born, then it might line up that that you are friends with TK.
Yeah.
So how's he doing?
I was just going to actually ask that, whether he answers or not, Peruvian. I was just going to ask that. Like, honestly, with all the stuff going on, if he's innocent and has nothing, in a sense, has nothing, and this was kind of like a shock to him, this whole stuff and that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like, how's he doing? Because I don't know how much involvement he truly has in all this, to be honest with you. I've never felt this strong tie to TK with involvement of what level, if any, to this. It's one of those ones that you put off to the side, and if it ever came to fruition, then it did. I've just never, and I think even you said the same thing, Adam, that I don't even think that you knew if you felt like where the involvement lied there, if any. Did you say the same thing?
When they first arrested Richard Allen, I felt pretty adamant that their only connection there may be like I was like, wow, what another coincidence. Just like Garrett Kurtz being close family friends with Ron Logan, whose property they were. I'm like, there's so many coincidences in this case that I was like, wow, what another coincidence. But some things I've kind of like come to believe since they've added a larger question mark in my head, and I'm not sure the clients. I don't know. We'll see. I do think. I'd say that there is definitely still reason to put a question mark there.
There's a question mark for sure.
But someone had said something that I wanted to address. Where was that? Alexa spam in the chat.
I know Alexa.
I'm playing. The Jensen guy. Yeah, that one. The paralegal. PI.
I mean, I don't really actually listen to the guy. He's not hard on my eyes or anything. I've just
not qualified.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about stuff that he says and stuff like that, and I just couldn't be asked to entertain watching the person myself, so I haven't bothered. I've caught him for a moment. That's about it. Born in 69 all the way.
Ashley, I think he's trying to become. I'm on the same page as you with that. But
yeah, was this the one that was in the Kylie case?
No.
No. Dylan Rounds, or is that a different one?
No, and no offense, because of course we love Marvin Frank, but he's been on their channel a few times, and he's a big Ron Logan proponent, just like Jennifer Coppin, whatever, needs a haircut, Coppin Topper, and I just disagree with both of them, and I found it funny that they've been on immediately. They have been on News Nation talking about Idaho, like they're experts on the but
ooh, my ass hurts.
Who knows.
And as for Peruvian, he says yes, year I was born, sweet rocket. TK is fine, but gets harassed a lot, less lately. He's not a monster that people think he is. If you spoke with him, you would know what I mean. My only thing about that, you see, Peruvian, is that you know we've listened to no, I don't want to say the what half daughter, half daughter, you know,
Okay, yeah, and
you know,
and this
and the son. We've listened to KK. We've listened to that friend. So I'm not sure if you're that friend that called into the one show or not, and stuff like that. So, I mean, when I don't know someone, I'm just looking to the outside about judging. Yeah, summer of '69, July 3rd. Absolutely. Oh, July 3rd.
Miss Dog Lover Super Chat. £1 and 79 pence. Thank you.
That's it.
Sonny, were you born in the summer of '69?
Yep, July 3rd, baby. July 3rd. Got my twin sister as well. My brother was born July 9th. So for 6 days, we're all the same age. Hi, yeah, hi, just me. We'll come right back to you. So my thing would be this, is that I was in a very extremely abusive relationship. And sometimes what people see as one side and what people are in is a whole different story. So I get it, but to me, is that we've consecutively heard about besides Delphi, but because this brings out all stuff in the wash, about how abusive and things that he has done and the toilet thing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably disagree, because what people see and what people a nice person doesn't do stuff that he's been charged with. So, you're right. So you see what I'm saying, right? And this isn't referring to Delphi, but nice people don't put their hands on females or smash a kid into the toilet and stuff like that. That's not something good. But hey, you know what? Like I said, you do you on this one. That's just my take on it. And I think it's a pretty good take, though, especially when you come from abuse, and stuff like that. I don't have the time of day for people that do that to other people. Besides verbal judo, we like verbal judo instead. Just me. I'm a new subscriber. Did you have a video breakdown of your theory of what happened that day? I've only watched a few videos so far. Well, you can take my video for the most part, and probably, yeah, well, we'll wait till the truth comes out. I'm going to say it was always very perplexing to me that day. So I'm going to say don't waste your time and watch anything of that, because there's so much that has changed. Um, Everything that people thought is a whole different thing. I think there was so much non-clarity to what happened that day. It was a like that whole time frame, just me, around when the girls got there. We knew certain moments that were distinct about 207, 213, that the video was 43 seconds. That came in time, you know. Uh, as for what happened, when my original theories were three of them. Well, it was three thoughts more so. One, could this person do this by themselves? I determined no, by the crime scene, that the crime scene was too, that this didn't seem logical that one person could do all of this in a short period of time. But now, as time has come out, um, now is a good time, just me, for new what do I want to say? New Google Maps to come out and kind of place markers now that we have more times to that. Um, all I know for sure about that day is, for me, is that this was, well, a couple things is, I mean, we know for sure that Libby and Abby were there. We know that there was a guy on the bridge, but I'm just meaning that this was a premeditated, planned murder, regardless if it was meant for Libby and Abby. I believe it was. It was a planned murder. The BG, the bridge guy, and whoever else is involved went there to distinctly commit a crime, regardless. That is fact.
When
Went
I was
there.
in Portugal, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
When I was I went hiking one day or a couple days in Portugal, and both times I forgot to bring a gun or huge knife. with me.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Oliver, thank you, by the way.
Oh,
She just likes listening to the song. She just wants to hear the thing, but I don't have the thing up, so she can't see the little Santa dance. I got in trouble on a show he was a guest on the other night. Who was a guest?
Jason Jensen.
Oh, well, we don't need to say that word. Push that like button, folks. Yeah, if you guys could do that. I mean, this is a late night show, something that we don't typically do, and trust me, I would do more. If but my husband, typically is tired by this point and he's sick. So, but he did go for a nappy because he's been sick. Someone at work gave him, the cold. He had a nap, so he's still good to go. So he's good to go. I don't need a ton of sleep. Well
Do you
played.
want to answer your favorite McDougal's question?
What's Dougal saying? Where's Dougal?
Do you think they'll make a movie about this case one day?
Oh, absolutely. How many won't they make?
If there's not one already in the works.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this. Go ahead. This case is a staple of the epitome of the perfect thing to put to a movie. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a book.
Yep. Yeah.
What were you?
I was actually just recently approached about. I don't even know what it is. About possibly participating in some sort of project. I don't know though. So clearly people are out there trying to think of things to do.
Yeah.
I didn't look into it too much because I was like, face for radio.
Well, nobody. The thing is that, I mean, how do you write even a book until the story is told? So, I mean, it's kind of like there was this book, and I can't remember who it was, but the whole book was.
Do one?
Didn't he? He had one too, didn't he?
Didn't he have one?
I can't remember. I don't know. I'd have to pay attention to the gentleman, and I really don't. But I know that there was somebody that had a book, and maybe it was him. No, it wouldn't have been him because he's always thought that McCain was the BG. Whoever thought it was another person that thought it was Ron Logan, and this person legitly wrote this book. And again, it's just like, I mean, I guess you could do what you want, I guess, and if people buy the crap, then they buy it, But to me, how do you tell a story if this story hasn't been told? So it's kind of like, well, here's edition 1. Well, but the thing is that we didn't know much. There was not enough known about this case. And the only people that truly knew more about this case was HLN, the Down the Hill podcast, but the HLN, people that had a little bit more privy information to certain things, right? Not much, but, some certain things for sure. Yeah. I don't know, but definitely this is the exact type of thing that is definitely a made for movie, made for Netflix, well, I think a Netflix did come out, did it not? Didn't a Netflix come out?
Well, they've had documentaries, not
documentaries.
Not
okay, but this is absolutely a case that will definitely make it to the movies. Mm-hmm. Crime sleuthing, don't even get me started because I don't want my blood pressure to go up. Casey Anthony is an opportunist child killer. One movie series I'll never watch. Oh, Casey Anthony. That's that chick. Yeah. Oh, I can't even look at that. Like, I don't even know that case well enough besides watching her doing an interview. And she, honestly, when somebody repulses you to the core and you don't even really know them and they just repulse you, that was her. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Shoot. Darn it. I gotta have these things up if we're gonna do that stuff. So hold on a second.
Dog Lover super chat, £8.99. Thank you.
Yeah.
Joking. Smiley face. Smiley face. Smiley face.
Okay, hold on. You know, just for the sake of it, I mean, just because I have control, I just quickly want to do the little. Okay, hold, stupid thing. I just want to quickly do it. This is super chat. I love that song. I love that song. Okay.
That's about how I dance.
Say crime.
Yeah, right.
Super chat. $70. Thank you.
I guess I donated $70 to myself.
Good for you.
That's and this is subscriber. Oh, good. Okay, I love it. Okay, that was probably my favorite one. Actually, I like them both. The super chat and then the other one. Thank you. Wait, why does it say chat with us? What the heck did I open up over there? Go away. Okay, must have clicked on something. Yeah, movie of lifetime. Alexa, I don't know. Kagan, Madam Warrens. Oh, okay. Just by you saying that, Peruvian, you were the guy that was on the channel. Because I whatever channel you were on, you're that person. I know that because of that comment right there. You only met him once. Um, so yeah, that's the one that um, uh, knew Tony for a long time, and you know had met up with him quite often and stuff like that. As he was, I can't remember it anymore.
Aaron
Hey,
Mole's channel.
what?
Aaron Mole's channel.
Yeah, that one right there. But it was so that must be, and it's fine, absolutely. But it was because of that comment right there that I remember him distinctly saying that about just only meeting him one time. Um, I always thought that was a little odd, to be honest. And the reason why I thought it was odd, Peruvian, is because I thought for all the years that you've known Tony, but you only ever met, him the one time.
So, not him.
What?
Not him, he says. So, but
Uh,
depending on when you knew,
yeah.
depending on when think of how many people you've known in your life that you then only met their kid once or twice. After
But
that.
this, well, okay, so we'll just use it. We'll say it this way. So on that show, whatever it was, that we're talking about like a 30, 40-year relationship to only ever see their child one time seems, unlikely, but it could be absolutely. Like, why would you lie about something like that? So that's what always factors into my head was, even though it sounds odd, but why would someone kind of lie about that as well? Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Tell us how you really feel about yeah. Alexa, I feel like you're holding it in. I said RL was BG. Is is that what you said? Ron Logan, is that what you said? Oh, I missed that one. Okay, Aspen sounds like a hit. I would watch anything with you. Gabriel Man starring as Aspen Connor. I just feel like the little heart bubble should start bubbling from the screen right now every time I see these things. These little haikus and whatnots, between you and Lisa. Alexa, where's mine? Hello, Miss Dog Lover. Come on. Actually, Miss Dog Lover loves me so much they come in the form of donations. There you go. There you go. See? So I take those donations are like little heart things to me because she is my favorite subscriber, she said. Grandma watches. She probably killed her daughter by accident and threw her out like a piece of garbage. I feel like Alexa's like not letting, how she truly feels out myself. Can't stand looking at her body language because I know she is lying. Honestly, Alexa, I feel the same way. You know, um,
Yeah.
you just know intuitively. And then that's kind of why I had that same anger towards Barry Morphew. I didn't even have to hear a couple words out of his mouth. No different than I'm going to say this name. I shouldn't, but I'm going to say it. No different than Anthony Green. Oh,
I thought you were
oh,
going to say the C word.
oh no. Who? Oh no, no, no. But I just mean it literally you just hear a couple words and instantly you're just like, no, 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 no. same thing. That Casey chick, Barry Morphew, Anthony Greeno. Same rule applies. You just, right away. Oh, okay.
Don't remember what we're working towards my new YouTube nickname being melanitis-sided.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought it might be like appropriate, like if I were just like, people just like casually started calling me the Malibu Anthony Greeno.
And
She
by the
said
way,
blonde. She said blondie Anthony Greeno, and I was like, can we call it like summer Anthony Greeno or blondie or like Malibu Anthony Greeno?
Sent you a Oh, wait. Oh, you sent a few preview Christmas decor pics to Adam. Right. I see. Okay. Aren't you on my friends list too? Pretty sure you are. You might be down at the bottom somewhere because we probably barely ever message, but pretty sure you are there.
Chaotic's been laying low the last month or so.
Actually, yeah.
Covering from Halloween.
I like your co-host.
And I was instructed to send them to you before you even asked that, so I hadn't read that.
I think you're talking about Lewis Just Me. The one that you can see and then sometimes you can't. What is that one?
I sent them to you, Sunny.
Oh, I told him he could share them with you. It's not quite the same when they don't directly come from you. Okay, I'll take a look. I'll be right back. Actually, give me a...
Oh, and there she's gone. So I'm not even sure what we were talking about before we went off onto whatever tangent we went into.
Yeah, you were talking about Malibu.
We were joking that I was like, I should be called Malibu Anthony Greeno.
Talking about Casey, but you know what? Give me a moment because I really want to talk about the Idaho case.
Yes. I don't know where she's going. I like your co-hosting changing light thing in the background. I don't remember your name. Is that me? Am I the co-host? If so, I'm Aspen Connor.
Oh, it must be you. You're the ones with the changing light. So it wasn't Lewis. Lewis just had the one. Oh, say hi to my reindeer. Who's messaging me? Oh, I wonder if that's my husband. We'll take a look. Be right back.
Joshua Aspen Connor, I'd watch that movie, Rural Indiana, Bar Plus Meaning of Christmas. That would be funny.
Apparently, Lewis is my husband because it's from Lewis. It's actually not my husband. I was like, darn it, Aspen wants to go to sleep. No, but it's not. But one sec, Lewis, I'll go take a look.
Oh yeah, Chaotic. I would love to pick your brain on the whole case sometime too, because you've got such incredible instincts with everything, and your research is impeccable. So, I don't know if you saw CD and I did a live this morning about it, and we brought on the neighbor who's been doing a lot of interviews, Jeremy Reagan. Who I thoroughly enjoyed just talking with. So I was grateful for the invitation and had a lot of fun.
I want to say
Miss Dog Lover.
Those trees are amazing, Chaotic.
Aren't they?
I'm the skinny tree. That's
why I brought it. I knew you would love them too. Like if it was the one I remembered.
Do you want me to? Can I show them? Am I allowed to, Chaotic? Can I put them up? Would you allow me or no? Or do you want to keep? Well, you know what? If you can go on a live and show your house, Mel, I'm probably sure I can show your trees, right? Let's just get ready in case she says yes.
Yeah, you may share them.
Oh, so that's what I thought you said. I was already pre-reading your mind, but let me just...
Her tree looks just like David. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hey, and Lewis, the person wasn't talking about you, apparently. I had it wrong. It was Adam's Changing Lights. Don't forget to tell people to go sign up for your channel as well. You know what? I haven't even been doing it myself. Drop that bio link. I keep adding some more links to it. Okay, these are the trees right here. Okay, so this is Chaotic Beauties. Whoa. Okay, So this is the first one. Look at that amazing black and that's really nice. Look at all that decoration going on there. Oh, and there's presents underneath of it too. Which
She
one's
puts me
mine?
to shame.
I'm just trying to figure out which one's mine. Okay. Let's see here. And then we have this one. Oh, that's really pretty too. I think that those boxes are fake. I think that they're for decoration only. I feel like there's no gift inside those ones. So that's a gift of love. Okay, yeah. I feel like this one's about a centimeter off of being vertically straight. It could just be the picture, person taking the picture. But just gorgeous. That's just gorgeous, isn't it? That's just gorgeous. Look at those. Look at that. We can go right in here, people. We can see all these ornaments.
Chaotic said there will be a video of the entire house when it's done. Will that
Yeah.
be Mel tipsy walking around your Christmas party,
Okay.
giving everyone a tour of your house when you didn't tell her she could?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
There
Oh.
is, of course, the skinny tree. That's me. You guys didn't know that underneath, plentiful rolls and chin fat and stuff is this is me, truly. And but that's Adam on top.
I'm paying more attention to the wine rack that's next to that tree.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll take that.
You know what? I went right by that, even Adam, and I went right to that. Let's get cozy couch pillow over there. I was like, oh, tree, oh cute. Oh wait, what else is over there? Thanks, chaotic.
Yeah,
I
gorgeous,
mean,
chaotic.
yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we could be good friends if I lived over there. I'm just like in heaven for stuff like me and my twin. I just like for Halloween and Christmas, regardless, like decorating and doing up the right, Karak, the best part, besides of course decorating and stuff, is for me it would be like creating games. Like I would have the whole night kind of planned out exactly how I was going to go, having all this food, and it was like a really fun event for me, especially New Year's Eve, just to create fun games for the people, for the adults, where they'd have to unscramble words, whatever different things we would be doing. And then the kids, I'd give them stuff. And of course, we always celebrated my son's birthday, who was 25, by the way. He'll be 26 January 4th. But anyways, so yeah, it's just just I love creating, love doing stuff like that. It fills up the heart and soul, and just like anything to do with creating. And that's why you guys know I do like lots of tribute videos or make lots of things. It's because I just really enjoy using the creativity side, just like creating, like doing stuff like that. But me and my twin, as much as we're different, even though there's a few similarities, we're very creative, and together, as much as we don't agree on how we live our lives, like I'm the free spirit. She's a more controlled person. We get along really well, especially when we're bouncing off ideas of what to do. She'd be like, "Hey, son, do you want to do this?" And or what do you think? And you just flow with the ideas. We always were very connected in that manner.
Sunny, I'm gonna use the restroom really quick before we get into Idaho.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Thank you for sharing those. And Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just, I'm pretending like I'm zooming in on the tree when I'm really zooming in on what's behind it. Like, is that a TV? Is that a big TV that's right there? What else? It's like a very cozy home. I love cozy homes. I don't like sterile and whatever. I love cozy homes. Um, anyways, yes, we do. Phantom Desire. What a name. Phantom's Desire. That was one of my favorite names that I would game with, was Phantom. Phantom or Shadow or something like that. Mysterious. I love Canadian accents, especially when you say the word. Why do people say this? Do I really say the word? Because I don't know how many times now I've seen someone say that, and I don't think nothing about when see, I'm going to try not to say it now, because now I'm probably going to, but it's such a common thing that is picked up by the Americans, is the word about, and I'm just like, see, now I'm trying to have, okay, I would just normally say though, like, what do you think? Like, what about that? Does that come off like, what about? because it's my husband there who's from England that more has a boot, a boot. Because they call the car a boot. That's what makes it even funnier. Boot, a boot. Yeah, I'm a dog lover. You know it. You got the boot, and you got the bra on the front there. But it was always makes me laugh. You got the bonnet and the. I mean, it makes sense, but a bonnet and a boot. Logged in my wrong way. Okay, just Kendra. I was gonna say that your avatar picture looked very familiar. My tree is white flocked. Absolutely, yeah, it's gorgeous when they're done like that. Um, I'm sure too. Like Alexa, does your house look like these? Hey Alexa. But yeah, I just Christmas, 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 Christmas,
Right.
Christmas, Christmas.
I haven't put up my tree yet because I'm looking for I want a very specific tree this year, and I just haven't found it yet. Of course, I haven't
Yeah.
looked because I want a champagne colored one.
Yeah. Just trying to see if I missed anybody's. Alexa, believe RA is killer. Keegan may have set him up. What do you think? I don't think Kagan set him. Oh, okay, Kagan set him up. No, I don't think Kagan set him up. I think Kagan was part of it, but I don't think Kagan set it up. Kagan fits in there somewhere. He fits in there somewhere. There's that,
Yeah.
there's that whole like we'll get onto Idaho here in a second, but there's that whole Wabash thing. They brought him out, to talk to him. Like I said, there's a whole Wabash search. Where does that connection lie and who does it all lie with? Is it about the CSAM? Is there more to it than that? Who knows? Like I said, we would love to know because it's just so weird. Again, you know, there was so many plausible scenarios. Like there's so many. And then boom, Richard Allen comes into our lives. And who the heck are you, dude? Get out of here, actually, because you're interfering with what we normal people are thinking about the case. And then boom, you're sitting there right there. And not only you sitting there, you have no social media presence hardly. You know, you live literally right over there. And then not only that, then you literally raise your hand like, hey, I was there. Hello. I was right on the bridge with those clothes but I only went to the first thing looking at fish, looking at my stock and stuff like that. Just crazy.
Lisa.
The village. That is a great village. Which let me just pull in the village quickly.
Did I not send the village? I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Did I not send the village?
No, but I opened up the wrong program. Whoops. No, I haven't. I'm just gonna pull it in now. She just sent it. See, she was like, she heard me. She heard my words. At first I'm like, oh, it's a crooked picture that she took, but I see that it's meant to be. It was this that was throwing me off. But isn't that cool, guys? It's a Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, so I never had the Nightmare Before Christmas one, but trust me when I say I could make that village, even though I know you have more, don't get me wrong. That would look very small compared to the village I had. I grew that collection for years. And then one day I got tired of it because I kept having to pack it up and lug it around. But I would always put out that village and pretend like I lived in it away from everybody else and you people. And I would just pretend like I was this little ornament that could go into those cute little stores that lit up. And that's why I love Stratford in the UK there. Stratford is such it's such a cookie cutter gingerbread type atmosphere. You just feel like you need to have a bonnet on and walk through. You got your big candy stores with your big lollies in the shops and stuff like that. Such a darling place. I don't even use the word darling, but it was a darling place. Yeah. Thanks for all the boats. That was great.
Right.
That's like, remember Fig? He would come in and he mentioned about the Canadian story,
Yeah.
or whenever Fig would come in, it would be sorry. Hey Fig, sorry Fig, sorry. Okay, so thank you so much. Of course, to Chaotic there. for showing us that. That's awesome. I can hardly wait till the party. I am so there. Trust me. You want to have fun, you leave Adam at home and you invite Sunny. Okay, Adam. Actually, me and Adam were attached pretty much at the hip. Just know that. And whenever people just keep wanting to take Adam away from me, and you know,
Yeah, it's hard because we have totally different taste in people.
I know. I know.
Like she wants to go this way, I want to go this way. But
No. It's sorry, Deb, if she's listening still. It's the cancer thing. We get it. Like, Adam's so lovable. He truly is. It's kind of like having a yin and the yen. You know, Adam. Adam. Okay, I had that softer side more so like Adam has. But as time gone on, you just go, you know what? Tired of people's crap. Not to say that Adam isn't easier, but he has a more what's the word I want to look for? A more I don't
sociopathic.
no, I was gonna say
Personality.
softer, but that wasn't the word I was looking for either. But anyways, whereas me, I was just like, yeah, I don't got time for this shit. I don't got time for this stuff. It could be the few extra years on you, but
Yeah, it's probably just that I'm a sweet. It's just probably that I'm like kind of a sweet little
yeah.
butterfly, like a cherub.
Well,
You know.
the thing was is that I used to be that soft, you know, that my patience level was extreme, and it still is in a lot of ways, but it's not for bullshit. It's not for people. And that's just maybe I just can't help it. My mom was a feisty thing, but I don't have time to waste my time when people are blatantly bullshitting me or lying to me and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Don't even, sugarcoat it. I've done that before, sometimes with you and Deb, when somebody's saying something, I'm like, don't make excuses for bad behavior. No way. Because it's one of those things. It's just like, over the years, you just get tired of the attacks and the stuff. And it's just like, yeah, I can't play nice to this. Like, even with talk tonight, like you guys were, you were like praying, and I'm just like, I ain't praying. Then I was like, fine, I'll pray for her, because, you know, um, someone like the gentleman that just took that little girl's life, I have a hard time sitting there saying I'm going to pray for that person. Um, you took a little girl's life and stuff like that, but I guess if that's how I don't know.
I mean, I don't think anyone's heard. I don't think I don't think anyone will hear me say, anything too kind about some of these monsters. But I always look at everything like if something to me, kindness doesn't cost anything, and if it doesn't cost anything to me and it doesn't go against my character, it's easier for me to just say, you know what, here's some grace, and go on with your life. But it doesn't mean that I'm a pushover or that I'll forget.
No, exactly. And that's just exactly it. You said something there, and I was just gonna say something to that, and I forget. And I just forgot. I ended up going squirrel and forgot. So it doesn't matter. You know what? As long as we know, it was something along the lines of, I am happy for who I am. I like who I am as a person, right? I've said this before. No one can take that away. My issues or her issues are not my issues. So, like I said, those are things that she needs to deal with and come to terms with, and stuff like that. But like I said, I like who I am, as a person. But when you attack the core of me, that's what probably it hurts, but it doesn't, because I'm so tired of having to defend myself against those trolls in life. Like, I'm just over those ones, meaning I think it's a beautiful thing when there's people that care out there in the world, people such as myself, people such as yourselves, people such as Adam over here, people such as Alexa, whoever, Chaotic Beauty, all these people that have true passion to do things, to help others, to bring kindness, to make the world a brighter place.
Right.
That's the part that makes me upset, is that people are so willing because their own lives are not fulfilled. And they'll sit there and go, no, my life's fulfilled. No, it's not. Because you don't need to do that stuff to other people. You do not need to play these attack games and all that stuff if your life was fulfilled with happiness. Because, it's like CD. So I'll give you an example, just CD. I was thinking about the Idaho case today, and I paid attention to it, and Adam is well versed in the Idaho case. And CD said, "Hey, you know, um, you should really do a live on the Idaho case." And I had just actually been thinking about that in the morning because it is a huge case, and I am actually very interested in that case. Adam has, like I said, more knowledge of it, but it is a case that I'm like, ooh, like let me keep looking over here, but with Delphi. But anyway, so CD made a nice gesture, and said, um, like, hey, why doesn't Adam reach out and talk to Jeremy and have him come on our show, type of thing, right? Now, for me, that's how me and CD and people like Adam and lots of other people think, you know? Like even Marvin Franken, like I don't sit there and go, oh, like even if Alexa said, hey, Sonny, someone's asked me to go on the show, I don't own Alexa. I mean, sure, granted, there's some channels out there I would like not to see her on, but that's
What did we pay for then?
I don't know what we paid for her for.
I thought we paid for Alexa's lease.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, if she wants to go and sit it, but you know what I mean. But it's just one of those things. Like when CD said that, I was just like my heart melted because I was like, that's just it. My mind doesn't even go that way to think like I don't own Alexa. Maybe she might feel like she would be loyal or has to give loyalty, or maybe not. I don't know. She never said anything, but if she ever said, Sonny, hey, right, they want me to go on this show or whatever. Hey, Alexa, I'm not right. Like Alexa's always been kind enough to come on the show. She loves me, but I'm sure I wouldn't want to see her on like a
There
couple
are,
people show out there for sure. But
there are
that's
only
her.
5 channels I'm not allowed on.
But you know what I mean? But CD just said like, hey, and I'm like, thank you, CD, because it's exactly stuff like that, right? Like I said, he doesn't care, just like I don't care, you know. Like here, like if Alexa were to say, hey, Sonny, do you mind if I go on CD? Absolutely, you know, because I respect CD as a person, and I respect Alexa, and
Yeah.
Alexa, she knows she's smart, she's gonna make those right calls or whatever. But again, we don't own her here. But I get it because
Alexa's gonna end up with their own channel because
I
everyone's
know.
asking, does Alexa have a channel? Does Alexa have a channel? So you
And
mark my words.
yeah, yeah. And one day, exactly. But the thing is that that's what we're saying, is that just like with a Blaine, you know, um, y- I absolutely love watching people grow. Those people that mean a lot, and you love watching them grow as a person or as a channel and whatever. Mel's channel's growing even more and more and stuff like that. Hey, Chaotic, how's your channel doing over there? And so,
Chaotic's been laying a little low lately, but
yeah,
Miss
but
Dog Lover, how in the world are you so perceptive?
what?
Well, I just sent Sunny something that I want her to pull up before we moved on to Idaho
Oh,
got
okay, okay. I
and
wasn't
I
looking.
don't know if I was smirking or what, but she
Yes.
picked up on something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, well, let me just close. How come this is open? I don't even know why that's open. Where am
And
I?
before Sunny pulls this up, I will say this legitimately came off of Google's face recognition program, and I got this a couple days ago and I forgot about it, but I couldn't stop laughing.
Okay, okay, I gotta find it. Gotta find it. Gotta find it. Oh, do. Okay, hold on. Wow.
Should we take a poll?
Pardon?
Should we take a poll whether we think it's him? Because
Well,
Google thought it was.
well, it's not funny when you do sometimes Google searches, and they do. Okay, so I mean, I guess we can just ask chat there, but hold on, open. Well, there goes the village. Sorry. Oops, right there. What do you guys think? Is that a pretty good resemblance to
I mean, is
Richard
there
Allen?
out there somewhere a folk rock hipster Richard Allen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're still a bit away from 1K. Don't forget always chaotic that to drop your channel. You still have your rights, unless sometimes you still have your mod stuff, right? Yeah, you still got it. Sometimes when YouTube messes up. But yeah, so don't forget, you guys. So Chaotic Beauty has her channel. Just feel free to drop your link. That anytime. I know we don't have a ton of people in here watching, but some people will watch this tomorrow. They'll be like, "Oh my god, I miss Sunny and Adam on another live. How did I miss that?" But yeah, right? There's some definite. Looks like Rick's name. There's definite similarities there, isn't there? Like there is.
It's like if he had left Indiana and moved to LA early in life.
Yeah. I in the other room, and I can hear is Alexa this and Alexa that. Oh, oh yeah. We were just talking to the phone. That's a different Alexa. Absolutely.
Different.
Okay, let's get on to. Oh, I didn't realize I was in Avatar still. All right, you guys, if you haven't signed up or subscribed to Chaotic Beauty's channel, again, me and Adam and that, we're going to be on there on December 17th. It's just going to be hosted on your channel, right, Chaotic? I believe so, on that main channel. But make sure go over and subscribe over there if you haven't, and anyone that's watching this video in the future. Yeah. See, it's all nice when friends can just kind of, parley-vous around, go to the different channels, hang out, and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I totally cheated on Adam and went on Mel's channel there. We have a mutual, open relationship. Oh, you have two chat. Oh, Spooky Life. Oh, Chaotic Spooky Life. So if you guys really love, I guess, spooky stuff and Halloween and all that stuff, that would be the second channel. There you go. Okay, so
with Idaho,
yes.
I'm assuming that there's 66 people in here. I guess we bored a few, but who's not up at 4 a.m. But for the 64 people now that are in here, I'm assuming most of you know the basics in the Idaho case, right? I mean, where do you want me to jump into it at, or where do you want to jump into it at?
You know what? To be honest with you, if you can kind of glimpse over the start of it, because that's probably the part that I know the least about myself. So they're at this stand that and then so was Jeremy with the guy that was in the white hoodie? Was he
No.
Or was he not even part of that? Or
no, he wasn't part of it.
Okay.
So basically, the gist of what we know so far, which I thought that Delphi was such a complex case with so many layers, and now this is 5.5 years in. I mean, we're 19, I think 20 days into the Idaho case, and for every scenario that makes sense in my head as far as what could happen, I can prove it or disprove it or come up with 5 other theories, and it's baffling. But the gist of it is, like millions or millions of college students across the country, there's a college house in the University of Idaho, which is in Moscow, Idaho, in which 5 girls lived in.
Thanks, Peruvian. Oh. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
So it's a small college town, and it consists, of course, primarily around the university. These students were all mainly in the Greek system. We have Kayleighan Calvis is one of the girls' names. her best friend, Madison Mogan, who she met in the 6th grade, and they've been best friends ever since. Both 21 years old. Also had a roommate named Xana Kerdoodle. I get her last name wrong, but she's the girl in the yellow in the middle. They were 3 of the 5 roommates that were living in this house, and her boyfriend, who's standing
So
there.
they actually lived there. It wasn't just a stopover.
The 3 females in the picture that you're showing now were all roommates. The male was the boyfriend of the girl in the middle, and he was staying the night. His name was Ethan Chapin. He's 20 years old, and he they're all members of the Greek society. I believe that what was it? Ethan is Ethan's Sigma Chi member. Kaylee's an Alpha Pi member. Xana is a Pi Beta Pi, as well as Madison is a Pi Beta Pi. Like any other Saturday, I'm sorry, Sunny.
Saying even if my thing's turned off, it's just because I'm having a couple of
you're good.
popcorn quiz.
So like any Saturday night in college, for anyone that's been in college, they all made evening plans. Kaylee had actually already graduated, and she had accepted a new job, and she had been at home for the last week and a half. She came back to the house just for the weekend to show off the new car that she had bought because she got this new job. Madison was still living there, and the 2 of them went out for that evening. We know that they left at 10:15 p.m. and went to a bar, had drinks, took an Uber to a food truck at around 1:30 a.m. Got food, took an Uber home, got home at 1:56 a.m. Ethan and his girlfriend attended a party at Ethan's fraternity that night. They were seen at the party between 8 and 9 p.m. That's the last we know of their timeline until they arrived home approximately at 1:45 a.m. They could have been at the party the whole time. They may not have been. So there's some gaps in the timeline of their evening.
Yeah.
But Kaylee's sister, who is has been an amazing
advocate
in this case. I mean, she provided law enforcement with the surveillance footage from the food truck they were at, which is called the Grub Truck. She helped the Ellie with the timeline. I mean, she's impressive, and so they know the girls got home at 1:56. They know that then the girls made a couple phone calls to one of their ex-boyfriends. Well, 10 phone calls, all between the times of 2:26 and 2:52.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 other roommates that lived in the house, and if you saw a picture of the house is designed in kind of an odd way where you walk in the front door, you have 2 bedrooms.
Okay. It was a very strange looking house.
You walk up to the second floor, and that's the main living area of the house. You have 2 more bedrooms on that floor, along with the living room and kitchen, and also a ground level back patio door.
Yeah.
And then on the 3rd floor are 2 more bedrooms. The reason the house looks the way it does is because when it was originally built, it was just the front of the house. And if you saw a picture of it, you would understand.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, Adam, just quickly. So was that house added on to?
Yes, the entire back portion was added on.
That's what I thought. It totally had that look about it because it was a very straight up and down. And I thought that's an odd looking house. It looks like it was added on to create that backside. So
then, long story short, they we know when they were home. We know the last phone communications that have been publicized, and the law enforcement. Well, the 2 surviving roommates that were on the 1st floor got up the next day around 11:30, and apparently walked upstairs, discovered the back patio door still being open, which is speculative. It's not been confirmed by police. There's a rumor that they found one of the victims, which I believe was Ethan, in the doorway of Xana's bedroom, his girlfriend's bedroom, and the living room. Panicked, ran outside. I am heard that one of them passed out, and friends of theirs that were walking by came up, approached, called 911. Said there was an unconscious person on scene. Then EMT got there.
Sorry, who called 911? Who called 911?
Friends of the surviving roommates. That's all we know so far.
Okay,
and they were responding to the report of an unconscious person.
Okay, so there was 6 people in the house?
Yes.
Two surviving, right? So there's 4?
There actually may have been 7, but yeah, we know of 6 officially.
We know of 6. Okay. So the other 2 were sleeping and didn't hear anything?
There were two roommates on the first floor, both of which got up the next morning and came upstairs, and for whatever reason ended up having other people at the house called 911. EMTs responded to an unconscious victim.
Yeah.
Walked into the scene, possibly slightly contaminating it. Didn't know they were walking into a homicide scene that they were walking into.
Right.
We also know that a few of the friends may or may not have come in and out of the house in the meanwhile. But essentially, they found all 4 people that we showed on the screen earlier brutally stabbed to death by what law enforcement is calling kind of a K-bar style knife, which is kind of like a hunting knife. And apparently it was an incredibly gruesome scene to the point where Fox News even released a picture of the outside of the foundation of the house that blood was running down that would have been on the outside of Xana's bedroom.
Yeah.
I've just heard it was a horrific scene. And there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of speculation. But basically, law enforcement has said they believe it was a targeted attack, but they've not gone any further as far as saying it was targeted towards any single person, any victim, or whether it be 1 victim, 2 victims, all of them, or if it was someone that just knew the house.
Yeah.
And really, that's about as far as we know, as far as factually.
Okay.
What happened.
Miss Dog Lover, because I know this term myself, but she wants to know, what is hazing?
Hazing is something that it's really kind of something that a lot of Greek systems and fraternities and sororities have taken a lot of heat for and gotten in trouble for over the years, where it's just a process of initiation into the fraternity. They have it in England too. I know that. I personally don't think this has anything to do with any of that.
Right.
But I mean, it's highly unusual that you find 4 brutally murdered victims in one house, and then 2 completely, then you find 2 victims that are down, or 2 people were downstairs sleeping and weren't touched at all.
Hey, just quickly, so that was just the update from DocsPop that came in. I just happened to pull it up there just to show you. So what's this one for? It says automated e-notice issued, order issued. Is that for today's from the, is that just something referring to the order that was issued today on the gag order?
It's probably just a notice that they received the notice, that all parties have received the notice.
That's what I'm wondering. Just so you know, because like DocsPop, and I didn't know this because DocsPop actually, you can't. Indiana won't allow you to put the paperwork up there. I was actually reading that. I was going, why can't I find the download for these things? I was getting so frustrated, but DocsPop actually.
You just have to request it from the county clerk's office, and they'll give it to you.
Yeah, you talking about the one in Carroll County?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because I was just getting so frustrated. I was like, why can I not? Then I finally came across it where it said they've tried many times with Indiana to allow them to put up the, but they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
County clerks. Okay. So that was, anyways, that was just what came in from Doc's Pop saying that there was a change in that. So, um, okay. So Adam and so Jeremy, sorry. So Jeremy was on the live today with you and on CD's channel there. And so where did he live in comparison to all this?
So the picture that we're looking at on the screen right now,
Yeah.
is you can kind of see like, what you're seeing is the third level and the second level of the house. That balcony that you're seeing at the top is the balcony off of Kaylee's bedroom.
Okay.
And then the sliding glass door that's underneath, that's technically on the second floor, but it's the ground level in the back. That's the door that everyone has speculated was left open, that the killer probably came in and out of. And if you saw the terrain around the house, to me, that would make the most sense if you wanted to stay undercover,
Yeah.
and not be seen.
Well,
But Jeremy lived, if you see the cars that are parked on the other side of that house, there is a rather large apartment complex past the tree line right there. This is all in a dead end street as well. So once you go past the house that's sitting there, the only thing past it is this apartment complex. And there's also a small road that goes along the side of that house where you see that white SUV parked that leads up to a parking lot in the back of the house, which gives you an incredible vantage point if you wanted to look at what was going on in that house, because all of those windows at night would have been illuminated,
right.
and you could pretty clearly and easily
see
see what was happening in the back
Yeah.
portion of that house, or when the lights shut off, for example.
Right. Do you want me to play that a 2-minute clip of News Nation
Um,
or leave it?
the one from tonight.
The one that CD had sent.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. So I mean, is it the one about
It's just a couple minute one, but let me just stop screen, and then we'll just. It's the one with the memorial, I guess, of the two victims.
Adam, do you know if they were killed in their rooms or their hallway? Alexa, the official word from the court from law enforcement in the coroner is that they were potentially all asleep when they were killed. I have heard several reports that that one of the victims, meaning Ethan, was found in the doorway of the bedroom. Whether that means he was, I don't want to get too graphic, but if that means he was attacked while he was asleep, but then somehow made it to the doorway, I don't know. And at least one of the witnesses showed defensive wounds, which means, because Xana and Ethan were in the same bedroom because they're boyfriend and girlfriend. So, to me, it would make sense that he was probably attacked, and she woke up and then was killed after that. But we don't really know who was the motive or who was the target, or if there even was one of them targeted.
Yeah. So if you see me stop and start this and we talk for a second, it's just because there's certain things like News Nation and stuff like that. Sometimes you get the copyright strikes.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot. So I mean, if you have any questions, I know everything I've gone over so far is pretty basic in the case.
yeah.
But any questions you have, put them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them if I know the answer.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be right back in a moment. And it's because I'm doing that to break it up. So give me a moment.
Are making any, and I have to wrap it up, but are they making any memorial plans for Kaylee? Because I know that they've said they're fearful that the killer is probably still in the area, probably was at the vigil Wednesday night, and they're desperately fearful that the killer may show up at a memorial for Kaylee.
At some point they will have one, but you mentioned it. They are not comfortable doing it at this moment. I'll tell you though, Ashley, it was so sad. I was in their home, and they had Kaylee's ashes there, and they also had her best friend Maddie's ashes there, and they had the ashes next to each other, because these were best friends forever. And it was so heartbreaking to see that. I mean, it's just unbelievable what these families are going
There for a second. Let's just pause it, people, for a sec. Wow. They're in a big stadium. So that was for 2 of the girls.
It was for all 4. It was.
Was it for all 4?
They were going to hold it outside, but they had some winter weather come through.
Okay. So it was for, yes, that's silly of me. So that it was for all 4, but was it that 2 of the girls' ashes were there? Was that what it was? I thought that I heard someone say there was.
No. That wasn't real. That was the only thing that came out during that vigil was that the father of Kaylee, he accidentally, he said, let it out that Kaylee and Maddie were in the same bed, because both of them had bedrooms on the 3rd floor, but Kaylee was in the process of moving out or had moved out. So, it wouldn't be uncommon for girlfriends to just go sleep in the same bed, after a night out together.
I know.
But the law enforcement had not released any information about who was in what room until that point, until the dad accidentally said something.
Yeah.
So, nor do we know the order of the killings.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just go back to it.
Following through.
Oh, Brian, that is just an incredible detail. They have both girls' ashes together in their home, and they just said on Wednesday night that they died together in the same room, in the same bed, as these best friends would probably be late on a Saturday night. Does that mean that Maddie's parents, the Mogans, are going to be picking up those ashes soon for their own funeral plans?
Well, they told me, these families are very close. They told me that Maddie's parents wanted Maddie's ashes to be by Kaylee's ashes right now. So that's why they have them together at the house right now, because it's bringing some comfort right now to the families.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it again. Oh, that's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, so that just came out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were showing the footage from the vigil. So I understand why you thought that might have come out then.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, hey, Sloop. Hey, Sloop, there she is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I will say, I know that Kaylee's family specifically has publicly stated they don't feel comfortable holding a funeral or celebration of life service because they want it open to the public, and they don't want the opportunity for whoever did this to show up and be a part of it. And so they have said so far that they have no plans on doing anything until this perpetrator is caught.
Right.
Ethan has already had a funeral and been buried.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just play it out and then it's almost over here.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. I can't compute. Brian, excellent job. Thank you for hustling and getting that interview done and getting their voices on the air. I'm just going to add to what you've been saying that Steve Gonzalez has asked if the public can please think about any car video you might have. Lots of cars have cameras, lots of them. And if you were anywhere near Moscow, Idaho, anywhere in Moscow, Idaho, that night, 3 weeks ago tomorrow, please come forward. He says Tesla's cameras don't shut off when you shut off the car. So if you have these videos, please share them with the police, because you have no idea the wealth of information that just might be in there. Thank you for watching.
Oh, I go to the side. Yeah, just heartbreaking.
Was there any questions there?
Yeah.
Bounty. I looked into that a little bit because law enforcement came out and said that was unrelated, which I was like, well, I mean, I don't find it very common for, act of brutality like that beautiful dog being killed and skinned like the week before the murders. But then I realized that it was several miles away. And they're saying it could have been wildlife that did it. So I'm not sure.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I didn't realize we were
Miss Dog Lover.
I
Question:
know.
do you think the perpetrator was a friend or just an associate? I can find reasons to say yes to both of those or no to both of them. I'm just not quite sure.
How much longer before their toxicology reports are back? Any soon? Hey.
Yeah. The coroner has very adamantly stated that she feels very strongly that the toxicology reports in this are not going to be relevant when it comes to matter of death at all. Because it's presumed that these were 4 college students on a Saturday night. They'd probably all been out. You can see in the video at the food truck, the 2 girls. You could tell they probably looked intoxicated, but that's not a crime. It's not a sin. It shouldn't be held against them. They are 21 years old. They went out. They had fun. They took an Uber to the bar. They took an Uber to the food place and an Uber home or a private car service. And they were in the buddy system. None of these victims were on their own that night. So everything they did were the things that, they tell people to do to stay safe in situations when you're going out and having fun. It's been speculated quite a bit that that one of the victims might have been the target. And I've gone down that path of kind of looking into each of them, and I can find reasons, for certain aspects of each of their personalities that could lead to that. But I can't get over the fact that, and this might just be my if I put myself in the killer's mindset and I targeted, if I became obsessed with someone or I targeted someone, and my intention was to fill out to live out a fantasy regarding that victim, you would isolate the victim and you would kill them to fulfill that fantasy. What would be the purpose of choosing a night that 2 people were in the house sleeping that didn't necessarily have to be there, and then killing all 4 of them? And if your intention was to kill the two female friends that were sleeping upstairs together, why kill the other 2? And why not kill the ones on the bottom floor?
Right.
To me, that's the thing that keeps me from thinking that just one person was the target. But we don't know. It could have been someone that was obsessed with all 3 of the female roommates. And
I'm probably going to have to binge on this case tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to binge watch from bed, my iPad. Just, yeah. And Alexa, I know Adam was talking about this the other day. We should do, so Sunday is a members only one. But maybe, I don't know, maybe on Wednesday, Alexa. I know that some people wanted you to profile your thoughts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really wanted that because I would like to hear Alexa's point of view on everything.
Yeah.
Because like I said, every scenario I come up with in my head, I can either find a reason that it makes sense, or I can then find 5 other 5 other reasons. So
Mm,
the anomaly to me is the couple is Ethan and Xana.
right. My husband's just saying if I'm finished, which means he's getting tired
Okay.
and wants to go to bed. So I guess we're gonna have to
Let
wrap
me.
it
I
up.
before. Yeah, I will. This was just something that was that I found the other day that was one of those things that was an innocent post made by one of the girls back when they were 11 years old.
Um,
That knowing what we know now is just heartbreaking. It's
Absolutely.
really quick.
Yeah, and Lewis on there. It's a very sad case. It's a big case going on right now about the
Yeah.
4 that were murdered in Idaho there. And yeah, so typically we follow Delphi the most, but then something like this comes along and this runs again sweeping through the, well, not just the US again, just everywhere because it's just such another horrific crime that's happened, but it's everywhere. Everyone's
Right.
talking about it. It's on all the channels and different things like that. So,
Right. And I was very vague in everything we kind of gone over tonight. So I mean, I would love the opportunity to really deep dive
yeah,
the
absolutely.
the case and give a lot more detail on some of my thoughts and things that I know and have come across. But we can do that on another night.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe if Lexa wants to do, and maybe you can, by chance, I don't know, maybe talk with that Jeremy at all, see if he has any, because that's Wednesday. That's still a few days away. Just see, maybe we can have a nice big live about it, and I'll. Oh, hey, Lewis. Seems like mental illness. So this is the one that Adam just shared. Best friends.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to show pictures of little kids, but when Kaylee, one of the victims, was 11, this was an innocent post she put on Facebook, and if you read that caption at the bottom.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad just to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so sad to look at that. Um, yeah. Okay, guys, we need to wrap it up here. It's I know it's really late there, and my husband's getting tired, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm getting tired too. It's been a long day, and Adam's had a long day for sure.
Go back and check out the stream from this morning with CD and I though. You'll get a lot of stuff in that too if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of shortcut it a little bit there. Absolutely, because obviously someone's there as well. Like I said, I mean, I caught most of. No, I don't even want to say because I don't multitask the best. It's like parts of it I remember and parts of it I don't, and it was a blur for a little while after because I was like, all of a sudden I heard was, "Oh, Sunny said," and I'm like, "Oh wait, what? My name?" Oh, like kind of like Alexa when she's like, "All I heard was my name," and when I was in a different room while I was doing stuff, I was working on Blaine's thing and stuff like that. So I was just like, wait, what? Where's my name?
Alexa, it says best friends die together.
Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah, very sad. And they did. So in saying that, in a sense, it's like, I mean, there's no bringing them back. And so the best friends did die together.
Yeah.
Just like, in a sense, in a bed.
And we didn't even mention one POI tonight. And if you, in 19 days, the list is about as long as Delphi's POI list was. People are being absolutely brutal to some of these kids that these girls go to school with or that they've dated or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Okay, I'm going to drop the bio link one last time before we go. Again, if anyone does still wish to donate to Blaine's Kids, the PayPal's up there, but it's also in the link is the bio link. You can still do it that way. It's in the description of the last video. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, Facebook, just check that out. It has all the links in it and stuff like that. Anyways, it's been a great night. Thank you guys again for all the donations for the children, for Blaine's 3 children, Brooklyn, Cullen, and Dominique. They're going to have a really brighter Christmas because of everyone that participated and helped out. And if you didn't and you were still here and still supported, it still matters, of course.
And I will drop that to CD. I will drop that link to CD. I'll just drop in that link to CD's live from this morning for Alexa.
Oh yeah,
if you want
drop that. Yeah, absolutely.
Check that out.
Yeah, he fell asleep probably within 5 minutes of saying until he falls asleep. You know how it is. Yeah. Have a good night, Dougal boy. And thank you guys for your Miss Dog Lover and a Peruvian. Thank you very much for, I think that was it. If I'm missing someone, but thank you very much for your donations tonight. Stop it. Why does that thing keep playing? Let me just take a quick boo here. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Chaotic. We'll get together tomorrow and talk if you want to hang out.
Let's see. Oops, wrong page there. Okay, yeah, Peruvian and Miss. Oh, look at Miss Dog Lover. You're just like setting the trend there. It's like I can sit there and go Peruvian, Miss Dog Lover, 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 Miss Dog Lover. Joe Johnson from before, Susan Purdy and Julie Phillips and Quartz. That was from the other night, I think. There, but anyways, thank you guys, of course, for just being you guys. And again, if anyone, I best drop that one last time. If anyone does want to become a member, and Adam, just quickly talk about Sunday, just to give the gist of what Sunday's about again.
So we're doing a members only Sunday. I'm still figuring out exactly what I can and cannot share, but I can say unequivocally that it's going to be a members only, and it's going to contain a lot of insight and things that Kegan Klein has now sent another person, and I'm not sensitive. I felt like I needed to go get some pearls so that I could clutch while I read this, because these words that he used, let's just say, normally you have to pay a lot more than $1.99 to hear language like this, but it gives some good insight into who he is and his character and where his mind is.
Adam, it's the stupidest thing. I'm trying to click the link for the join, and the stupid chat thing I accidentally clicked the chat thing open, I think, for this thing for StreamYard. And the chat button is exactly where the arrow is to hit enter. Hold on. Can I hit it this way and just hit enter? Yeah, there. I'll just hit enter that way. But don't you love that when you have an iPad or something like that, and exactly where you need to hit the arrow is exactly where they put the message button, right over top of it, and you're like trying to change your iPad around, going, "Come on, quickly!" It drives me batty that these companies don't think of that stuff when they're, making their little chat boxes. Like, get it out of the way, allow to close off, but it's when they sit there. But anyways, right. Alexa, hopefully maybe Wednesday's a good night. Let us know. Can do maybe a profiling a bit on, as much as you could possibly do, just your thoughts on it, about this particular crime or whatever. And yeah, and other than that, you guys, God bless, take care, and have a great night. Yeah. Alrighty.
Or morning.
Yeah, let's morning. Okay, guys.